Alright, I just wanted to make a video about how I screw things up around here. No, I'm just kidding. I figured while I had enough guns here in front of me to make a video on a comparison, I'd like to give my opinion on just what I see when I break some of these down. I'm not endorsing any of them. I'm just showing you exactly what I see and how I see it. You make your decision on which one you think is best for you, because the guns are like pants. It fits everyone different. All right. So the first one I got over here is America's least favorite gun, and this is the High Point. The first thing I notice, and you'll see it's already tore down, and there's a reason for that. The first thing I notice is that just to take the slide off, you have to take out this roll pin. You take this roll pin out, and you want to be careful and put your thumb over this when it comes out, because this little piece right here comes shooting on out. You can tell there's these two springs and the firing pin. This all comes out behind it. This thing right here you almost need to be a gunsmith just to take this down and clean it. All right. So one of the reasons I wouldn't recommend a High Point for an entry-level user is just that. It takes a little bit of knowing what you're doing just to get it to the point where you can clean it properly. And then if you want to look at the frame itself, I mean, you got the sear here, catch here, you got the safety over here, you got these two bars that run down there, you got this linkage that goes up and under that sear, you got a spring down in here. The more parts you put in a gun, the more failure points you actually have. And it looks to me, just on initial observation, that they just kind of overcomplicated the build of this, right? So that's my take on the High Point right now. The fact of the matter is, it's a High Point. I know a lot of people don't like them. They are ugly guns. They really are. But they fire. So, you know, it's not like they just don't perform. They do perform. It's just, it takes so much effort to break it down just to clean it. And it looks over-engineered a little bit. This one, if you're watching, Doug, I'm sorry, but this is how I seen this. And then once this video's over, I'm almost done putting it all back together, inspecting it, and I'll get it back to you. This right here is my favorite gun, the 1911. And this one is probably not as easy to take down as some of these I got up here, but it's easier than a High Point. Right? Everything's unloaded, no magazines in anything. You seen I had to slide to the rear, so we'll get that out of the way first, the safety aspect. But the thing you do with the 1911s is if you see that little divot right there, you just push that little thing right there. And these are, like I said, these are a little complicated to work on too, but not as bad as the High Point. Take that little piece out. And you are basically ready to okay, I'm gonna leave that in there. You're basically ready to field clean this right now. The only problem with this is, in order to get this out, you gotta take that spring out, and then your barrel should come right on out. For this model. Other models, you have a barrel nut that you actually have to twist and pull out that holds this little buffer in. This one does not have it. I'll put that buffer in right where it goes. Anyway, but that's probably the second hardest gun to take apart. And this isn't really an entry-level gun either, but it is a great gun. They've been around forever. They've proven their prowess in and off the combat field. And these are more appealing to collectors and other shooters that just love a 1911. I love it because of its slick, thin frame, and they just kind of fit. This one right here is a compact model. But as you can see, it took way less effort just to take the slide and the frame apart, just for the sole purpose of cleaning it. You look down in here, and it's not overcomplicated, right? The complication happens in here, which you're not going to take apart unless you know what you're doing anyway. Excuse me. But it's not overly complicated and over-engineered. Next we have one of my least favorite guns, but still a little easier than everything else. This is your Glock 17. This one's a Glock 17 Gen 3. So the thing you do with these, the way I do this, you put it against the table, and you just push it down a little. You take those two tabs right there, you push them down, and the trigger comes right apart. Easy peasy. Take it apart, spring, barrel, slide. Don't need to go any further than that. Field strip it, you clean it. But you look inside, again, you got the trigger bar, you got the sear, you got, spring under here. You got stuff going on over here, which is your slide lock. So, again, a little more parts than 1911, but Glocks are Glocks. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of them, but people love them, and they work. Bottom line, they work. Next, I got the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. Again, this one is not overly complicated. You just put that little lever there, pull the trigger, take it out, done. Again, trigger bar, sear, block, all that good stuff. This one actually has no safety. The safety is actually here on the trigger. But just for the purpose of field stripping it, that's all it takes. Beretta M92. You just take that lever down right there. And you're done. That's as far as you need to take it down just to clean it. So you can see right here with these four guns, three if you don't want to count the 1911, because the 1911, like I said, it's a little more difficult than these three. However, you can get it apart at the user level. And then the high point, which really the only thing that I see appealing about the high point is the price. Right? You pay for a $200 gun, you get a $200 gun. The 1911, this is a range officer compact model. I believe at the time that I got this, it was like a $580 gun. The Glock is a $500 gun. The Smith & Wesson is a $460 gun. The Beretta, I can't remember what I bought that one at, but it's around a $400 or $500 gun. So you're talking double the price of a high point, but you're also talking about less complication. You're talking about the ease of, operator level maintenance, and you're also talking about none of these guns have a bad name associated with them. These are all reliable, every single one of them. I hate to admit that about the Glock, but they are all reliable. So, like I said, I'm not endorsing any one of these, but I'm just showing you exactly how easy these are compared to your $200 gun that you just wanted for whatever, that you now have to hire a gunsmith almost just to clean it. All right? So, I'm going to cut the video off there. If y'all see anything that you want me to actually review or take apart or whatever, let me know. But as for this one, I'm just going to get everything put back together. And then this one I'm actually doing for somebody. So I'm going to actually get that put back together and out the door. All right. So I got some 9mm subsonic ammo coming in. So be prepared for another silencer video, because I know a lot of you were like, oh, what's that sharp crack? Well, that's because I wasn't using subsonic ammo. So I got some subsonic ammo coming in, and I'm going to redo that silencer video. All right? We'll see y'all later.